Hello everyone, my name is Zerionyx, and today we'll be watching Finding the Origins to Creepypasta Images by Morbid for Fun. Alright Morbid, you watched my video before. Let's see what you've been cooking recently.
Finding the Origins to Disturbing Images was my most popular series on YouTube.
Oh god, those images
It's been
are
a few years since
disturbing.
the last upload, so why not find the origins to disturbing creepypasta images?
What?
To those who are unfamiliar with creepypastas, they're internet horror stories from the
Creepypasta is so OG. New generation will not know what creepypasta means, man.
early 2000s. No idea why they chose to call it pasta,
My
but they
man,
did.
Morbid.
A lot of these stories had an image attached to it, a thumbnail as you will. Although the stories are fake, the images are indeed real.
Slenderman is
So,
OG.
where did these images come from? Sit back, grab some snacks, and watch the video till the very end to see if I earned your subscription. We're trying to hit 300k by the end of June. Now, onto the video. Let's start off with Slenderman, who's arguably the face of creepypastas. In 2009, a user on the Something Awful forums named Eric posted 2 edited photographs. The thread itself was a Photoshop contest where users were challenged to create paranormal images.
I do recall seeing this
image. In both
image.
of Eric's submissions, a tall, faceless figure in a black suit stood in the background behind a group of children. The figure was impossibly thin, with long limbs and a blank white face. Eric posted the images under the name Victor Surge and gave the character a simpler name, Slenderman. Unlike most other entries in the contest, he didn't just upload the photos, he also included short pieces of text written as if they were witness accounts. One caption claimed the photograph was taken the day 14 children vanished, while another suggested the photographer who captured the image had later gone missing. The posts were meant to look like historical photographs, accompanied by a short caption implying the children in the images had later disappeared. From there, the story spread across the internet. People began adding their own interpretations, describing Slenderman as a towering humanoid with a featureless face, sometimes with long tendrils extending from his back. Stories claimed he stalked people in forests or abandoned areas,
always the forest,
often targeting children or young.
I wonder why he left those papers, like those little 8 papers in the forest, like you collect them in the game. Was there a reason why he left those notes? Is it just part of the game, or is it just like a Slenderman thing? I don't know.
Adults. Others wrote that being near him caused paranoia, nightmares, and strange electronic interference, also known as Slender sickness. Because the character had no official canon, the myth quickly evolved through collaborative storytelling online. One of the earliest additions came from another forum user who wrote a fictional folklore story about a creature called the Tall Man, set in the 16th century Germany, implying the legend had existed long before the internet. Around the same time, creators began expanding the story into new forms of media. One of the most influential interpretations came from a web series, Marble Hornets, where Slenderman was called the Operator and was shown manipulating people into becoming proxies under his control. This series was presented as found footage from a filmmaker who believed something had gone wrong while shooting a movie.
It's really hard for me to believe found footages, because how did they end up taking these moments at the perfect time? You know what I mean? Like, when you want to see the entire footage, 10 to 20 minutes is still not enough to prove to me. But you know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Slowly revealing the presence of the entity. As the video gained popularity, other YouTube series began building their own versions of the story. Over time, the character spread beyond forums and creepypasta sites, appearing in video games like Slender the 8 Pages
my favorite,
and
Slenderman.
Inspiring
this game
characters
is
like
the
Minecraft's
best
Enderman,
Slenderman
and eventually
version.
appearing in film adaptations. What began as 2 edited photos on a forum had turned into one of the most recognizable internet horror icons ever created.
Slenderman the Arrival was also scary.
In 2010, during the early alpha stages of Minecraft,
my goat,
a strange story
Hero
appeared on the V-board of 4chan. An anonymous user claimed that while exploring a newly generated single-player world, they noticed what looked like a cow standing in the distance through the fog. As they walked closer, the figure didn't move like an animal. Instead, it turned out to be a second-player character, one that looked exactly like the default Minecraft skin, except for one detail. Its eyes were completely white with no pupils. The figure stood there silently for a moment before disappearing into the fog. This is the first ever photo to include Herobrine, and the image that started it all. After the encounter, the player claimed their world began behaving strangely. Random structures appeared that they insisted they never
I actually remember trying this in vanilla Minecraft and it didn't work because you need to install a mod. So when I installed a mod and I built exactly this ritual right here, I think it was supposed to be like gold blocks around it, but I think there's like different ways you can build a ritual. And holy shit, I was so scared when I heard that cave sound. And here Brian was like looking at me at the distance. You should have never done this, man.
built.
Yikes.
Trees had their leaves removed.
Yeah.
Tunnels were carved through the terrain, and the world felt as if another player had been secretly modifying it. When the author tried to warn other players about what they had seen, they claimed their post kept disappearing. Eventually, they received a private message from a user with a single name, Herobrine. The message contained one word: stop. Some said the figure appeared deep in caves, while the eerie in-game music disc known as 13 played in the background. Others described the same wide-eyed character watching them from distant hills before vanishing. One explanation began circulating in the thread that Herobrine was the deceased brother of Minecraft creator Notch. According to the rumor, when asked about it, Notch supposedly responded, "I did, but he is no longer with us." From there, the legend took a life of its own. Players created mods to add the character into the game and wrote their own stories describing what Herobrine would do when he appeared. Building strange structures, digging tunnels through the world, and silently watching players from the fog. Despite the rumors, the developers of Minecraft repeatedly denied that the character had ever existed in the game at all.
I don't know.
But
It's
by that
really
point,
hard to
it
tell
didn't
if it's fake
matter.
or real.
What began as a single anonymous post on 4chan had already turned Herobrine into one of the most famous video game urban legends on the internet. As mentioned, this is the first ever image of Herobrine posted to the internet. Where did it come from? Well, it was first posted back in October 20th, 2010.
Yep, 2010.
People actually found the Minecraft seed to the Herobrine image. And here it is, for all of my Minecraft fans. I have yet to try it out for myself, but keep in mind it might look a bit different just because Minecraft has since added so many other things into the game.
Yeah.
But if you happen to play on an older version of the game, you may be able to recreate this image.
That's crazy.
Next up, we have the Russian sleep experiment photo. The post presented the story as if it were a classified historical account from the Soviet Union, which led many readers to believe.
Wasn't this like a reference to Black Ops 1, the first Black Ops game?
The events might have actually happened.
The Nova gas,
According to the story, the experiment supposedly took place somewhere between 1940 and 1951 at a secret Soviet research facility. 5 political prisoners were chosen as test subjects and placed inside a sealed chamber. Scientists then released an experimental stimulant gas into the room that was designed to prevent the subjects from sleeping for 15 days. The researchers observed the prisoners through small windows and a microphone as the experiment continued. At first, the subjects behaved normally, but as the days passed without sleep, their behavior began to change. The prisoners became increasingly paranoid and unstable, eventually descending into violent zombie-like states. According to the story, the subject developed an obsession with the stimulant gas itself, refusing to leave the chamber and becoming dependent on the chemical that was keeping them awake. By the end of the experiment, the stimulant had completely spiraled out of control. Every character involved in the story dies except for the one scientist narrating the events, who is spared for unknown reasons. After the story was posted, it quickly spread across the internet and became one of the most widely shared creepypasta stories online.
Yep, it was.
Most of its popularity came from the fact that many readers believed it might have been real. The story was often reposted alongside a disturbing image of a skeletal, mutilated figure that was claimed to be one of the experiment's victims. In reality, the image was not connected to the experiment at all. It was simply a photograph of an animatronic Halloween prop known as Spasm from Spirit Halloween.
Oh, so it was fake.
According to the creepypasta story, the Smile.jpg image was first shared on a bulletin board system in 1992, and curses any who view it to suffer nightmares and convulsions until they spread the word and show others the image, which spreads the curse. This was the creepypasta that did scare me back in the day.
It did scare me too.
Photos associated with the creepypasta.
This one's more scary than the Russian
photo
experiment.
of a husky smiling, but if you look at the corner of the photo, there's a bloody handprint. The other photo associated with the creepypasta is this one right here, in his final form, which is a bloody, distorted version of the smile dog. The bloody version of the photo first surfaced on the web around October of 2009. 4 years ago, someone actually found the origins to this image, and it was just this funny photo of a husky. We also found the background image as well, which is this photo of the curtains.
For God's sake.
Now, when it comes to the iconic smile, people speculate it was this photo used for the teeth, which belonged to Stephanie, who was documenting her braces journey. However, this is unconfirmed. When it comes to the other one, however, nothing has been found. And no, this husky isn't the same one from this image. This next one will be fast because I recently talked about this in a recent video. So watch that one if you want to know more. This one isn't really an image, but instead a video. This is no other than Candle Cove, a puppet pirate show from the 70s about a pirate and her friends. There was a skeletal pirate who would wear children's skin. This show creeps people out that years later a group of people would reminisce about the show on an old forum board where they talked about how this was their favorite show. However, when they asked about the show to their parents, the mom would reply back saying that the show never existed. Instead, they were watching static on TV. In 2016, viral videos would surface of the real Candle Cove. After one Google search, it is revealed that these clips are not from the real Candle Cove. Instead, it was the Sci-Fi Channel making an anthology series, which one of the episodes was about the Creepypasta. It's cool to see how a creepypasta can get so big, where there's now a show about it. This next one will also be quick, as most of us already know its origins to it already.
I'll be honest, this is the most least creepypasta. I don't really care about the backrooms.
Which is the backrooms.
It's my least.
The idea of you randomly no-clipping out of reality to a different dimension, where it's an infinite office space creeped out millions on the internet. The backrooms have actually been around in 2019.
It's alright, it's not bad.
It originated under a 4chan post.
Overrated. I don't
Someone
know.
posted this photo onto 4chan on a forum about unsettling images. Someone would then make up a story on the spot and leave a comment. If it wasn't for this random ass comment, we would not have the backrooms today. After years of searching, people eventually traced the image back to a 2003 announcement promoting the construction of a new RC car interior raceway for the hobby town.
This is kind of like the Matrix, where outside reality, this is where you end up with.
On USA racing team in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which had been archived on the Wayback Machine. Not only that, but we can actually identify the very man who took the photo. That's the one and only Bill. He's the one that took the photo and posted it back in 2003. Since we're on the topic of the backrooms, let's talk about this other image from the backrooms. I can't find the exact number of the level, but this image of a bedroom with a goat got popularized in this YouTube video titled Liminal Spaces, but slowly gets more creepy. As the title says, it's a compilation of liminal spaces, but throughout the video it gets creepier. Not only is this image featured in the video, but it's also the thumbnail. As my friend Jaden Salads would say, this image is very liminal. Surprisingly, it reminds me of a childhood home, giving that familiar nostalgic vibe. But then there's a random goat staring at you from the door. So, where did this image come from? Well, the earliest post to the internet was back in 2016 from Tumblr. However, this isn't the origins because—
Hey yo, who uses Tumblr still, man? Is Tumblr just like Instagram but way less bizarre? Because I know Tumblr has like a lot of weird people on there.
Because it dates back earlier. Luckily, someone on Reddit already found its origins. It's a screenshot from a movie titled Horror that released in 2002. So this is not an image, but instead a clip from a movie. This is very cool because we even see other scenes with the same goat. In 2005, people on the B board from 4chan got bored, so they decided to create a new monster. Honestly, that is not horrible since that idea is coming from 4chan. The story goes that it's a tall, pale humanoid figure that walks on all four with 3 green eyes. Only attacks you when you approach it, and it's mainly seen in front yards of suburban areas. Allegedly in 2010, a hunter took this photo before the rake got away, but we already know that's fake, because that's what creepypastas are. So what are the origins of this image? This image is actually an advertisement for a video game called Resistance 3, and the creature is called a Grim. From my understanding, I think this is a fan-made poster for the game, and it is not official, because I found this other image that matches exactly. This image got so big that many news sites would report on the image, including the Daily Mail, and they speculated that the photo used for the image was actually Spider-Man. How could they be this wrong? Eyeless Jack is another creepypasta that first appeared online in 2012. The story follows a man named Mitch who encounters a strange figure known as Eyeless Jack. During the encounter, Jack attacks Mitch and slices his cheek before disappearing. Mitch goes to the hospital the next day, where doctors discover something far more disturbing. One of his kidneys is missing. Later that night, Mitch wakes up in his bed and sees Eyeless Jack standing right in front of him. But while the story itself is fictional, the image used for Eyeless Jack actually has a real creator. Years after the creepypasta began spreading online, another image of Eyeless Jack was posted on Twitter. In the comments, a user named Pirate Cashew claimed that he was the person who originally created the image. According to him, the picture had been taken and reposted anonymously by a friend years earlier, which allowed it to circulate online without...
Yo, I'll be honest with you, people back then, when they Photoshop like deepfakes or whatever, any type of Photoshop they do is very impressive. Now we have AI, we can generate freaking pictures. Like, wow. Photoshopping is going to be very dead soon because of AI.
Credit. Eventually, someone discovered the image and used it as the visual for the Eyeless Jack creepypasta. To prove his claim, Pirate Cashew later posted a higher resolution version of the image, a version that had been never publicly seen before, confirming that he was the original creator of one of the most recognizable creepypasta images on the internet. This next creepypasta photo is a strange one because I don't even know the actual creepypasta story.
I've seen this
There's
before.
There's a creepy image I found.
Kind of reminds me of Gary's mod, that guy's face or whatever you call it.
Not knowing it was from a creepypasta, but when I reverse image searched it, I found it to be part of the creepypasta wiki. However, when you click on the link, the page is taken down. From the little context clues I have, I'm pretty sure this creepypasta is similar to Smile Dog. You get the creepy image, and if you don't send it to more people, disturbing things will happen to you. I've recently been seeing this creepy face on Instagram, so it seems to be relevant again. So let's answer the question, where did this image come from? Someone posted on Reddit asking the same thing, and it would get a reply. Mask was made by Ricky Garduno, a comic artist currently employed at Fox Television. This Reddit post is from 15 years ago, and I just discovered that Ricky passed away not too long after this Reddit post. Rest in peace. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end of this video, and if you think I earned a subscription, consider subscribing down below and liking the video because it truly does mean a lot to me and it supports the channel. And if you want to watch my last video, here it is, and I can assure you that you will love this one if you decide to watch. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.
Good job, Morbid. What an amazing video, seriously. I don't know the goat, the backrooms goat, the Mitch with the 2 eyes. Yeah, this is interesting. Well, I'm not going to say it any longer. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out Morbid for Fun channel. I know you're watching this, Morbid. And yes, take care and peace, guys.